So you have seen a typeface in use on a poster, in a magazine, on a website, and you want to know what's the name of that typeface. Here are 5 useful tips to identify it. Number 1. The PDF trick. Most professional font users know this, but not everyone who uses PDFs. If fonts are used in a PDF, or to be more precise, embedded in it, then you can just open the document properties in an application like Adobe Reader and see the names of all the typefaces that were used. But that's just part of the trick. We can use this to easily identify thousands of typefaces used as corporate fonts, newspaper and magazine fonts, and so on. And for that, we just find the website of that company or print publication and then make a certain Google query. We type site : the URL space file type : PDF. And with that query, we can get only PDFs from that site. We can then just download and check for the fonts in Adobe Reader. Trick number 2, font matching services. If we have an image of a font use, we can upload it to a font matching web service. There are a couple of them now. What the Font is one of the most famous ones and works great for many of the commercial fonts available today. Font Matcherator is a similar service for the font catalog of FontSpring. And What Font is another service which also includes a large collection of freeware fonts. It is important to know that with all these services, the results will only be as good as the images you upload. You should only use one line of text where each letter is clearly visible with a lot of contrast, no background, no additional effects applied to the text, no rotation and no distortion in any way. So it's often useful to prepare your image with all these points in mind before you upload them. Trick number 3, browser plugins. More and more websites use web fonts these days, so the fonts are downloaded to your browser as part of the website. And if you want to know which fonts were used on a certain website, you can dig through the source code or use the developer tools of your browser. But the easiest way is to install a web font identification plugin. With such a plugin, you just hover over a text on a website and it will tell you the name of the typeface. Those plugins are usually free and available for all major browsers, and I link a couple of them in the description of this YouTube video. Trick number 4, checking similar fonts. If you already know a lot of fonts but cannot identify a certain one, you can also try this approach. Go to identifont.com and type in the name of a font you know which looks similar to the one you want to identify. Open its page and click Show More Similar Entries. Those entries were manually selected, so the results are usually quite good and there's a good chance you can find your font this way. And trick number 5, ask the experts. Some people spend hours browsing through font catalogs trying to find a matching font, but a typography expert might identify the same font within a second, even from an image with poor quality. So if you couldn't identify the font yourself with the previous tricks, ask the experts in a typography forum, like the one on Typography.Guru, but there are a lot of similar font identification boards available as well. If you haven't already, you can subscribe to this channel at youtube.com/typographyguru, and you can now also support me on Patreon. The more support I receive via Patreon, the more time I can invest in making more and better typography videos for this channel. Thanks and see you next time.